Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. We are here to review tonight's NXT of September 1st, 2020. What an amazing show that it was. Fowlers, what's going on? What an amazing show that it was. We are going to run through the entire card and everything else that's going on here. We are going to get things started properly here, though, and there's no better way to start here than with the classic EPW intro. So hopefully you enjoy. This song is by Montezi. Make sure you guys give him a follow on Twitter. He always brings that fire. But let's get to that intro.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
All right, guys. We're here to talk NXT. This show was absolutely I would say a show that was built around one match for the second half of the show, but they had a lot to offer during this. Now, before we get started, guys, I want to say just a small little piece. Some of it's wrestling related, some of it's not. I want to dedicate this show tonight to Bullet Bob Armstrong. Some of you guys may know him as like the father of Road Dogg and referee Scott Armstrong. Just an amazing pro wrestler. Just wanted to dedicate the show to him. Also, Chadwick Boseman. He played Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, many roles. Absolutely stunned that he is gone. One of the best Marvel movies I think that I've ever seen was the first Black Panther one that he was in. He was an amazing character, and he did a great job while playing in that. I can't say anything else about the man. He was incredible, remarkable, and I wish that we had more people in the world like him. And last but not least, John Thompson, Georgetown college basketball coach, passed away. John Thompson was someone who stood up for the rights of people. It didn't matter what color they were. He had a female that was part of his squad to help coach with the kids. John Thompson just did what was right. So someone that I respect in the college basketball world. And just wanted to show him some love as well. So these shows will be dedicated to them tonight as well. Just wanted to get that out of the way. But if this is your first time joining us here on Everything Pro Wrestling, do me a favor. First and foremost, show us some love by helping out and doing a very easy thing, which is, if my cues were on point here, hitting that subscribe button. There it is. Oh, there it is. Got to work on that. Hit the subscribe button. And if you guys want to be notified as soon as we go live, hit the notifications bell. If you haven't been getting the notifications, hit it again. Click all. We're going to be live a lot this week. Trust me, especially for the next 2 or 3 days. So you guys are going to want to make sure that you guys are hitting the subscribe button and showing some love to the channel. You guys are also able to donate via super chats here. It could be $1, it could be $5, it could be $50, whatever you guys want to do. If you can do that, it's greatly appreciated. It will all go back towards the podcast, helping Rob and Derek come up with new things, graphic designs, whatever we need to come up with for that. So any love shown is appreciated. Now, before we get into the show, I got to see who's in this chat with us, who we're talking to tonight. What's going on, Ace? Ace, first one in the house tonight. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Rob, yes, we went over the whole live thing with YouTube. You press the button and then it goes live automatically. Don't know why I did that tonight. B-Boy Skyline, Jordan, what's good, brother? Foul is here as well. Thank you guys so much. Love the new graphics, dude. Thank you. Appreciate that. Been trying to spruce it up a little bit, Foul. I got to keep up with you. You know how it goes. Oh, yes, Cliff Robinson, Buffalo legend, basketball player. You know, so too many deaths so far, all right? 2020 sucks, in my opinion, right now. But, yes, Cliff Robinson, if you didn't know, he was a Buffalo, New York native, so show him some love, Riverside High School. So It was a tough week, man. But let's talk some NXT. This will make us feel better. Let's talk about Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett. Let me say this. Wade Barrett did his damn thing tonight on commentary. We've seen his work in the NWA and Lucha Underground, if you guys caught that towards the end. We all know Wade Barrett is a tremendous performer in the ring and on the microphone if you've seen him talk on NWA. But tonight, Wade Barrett did a great job of playing the guy who was once pro wrestler in the ring, and he was able to translate that for everybody to come in, understand, and just simply get. And I really thought it was very well done how they put everything. This entire broadcast situation, Mauro Ranallo's gone. Mamma Mia is gone. Mauro is absolutely one of the best announcers that I've heard recently within the WWE team. I am saddened to hear that he is gone. We cannot lose Nigel McGuinness, is all I'm going to say about that as well. But Mauro's mother was sick. He had been spending time away from WWE. I know it was his childhood dream to call pro wrestling. And I think Mauro, you could work something out where Mauro maybe comes back to call the main event of takeovers. I get that he was older, but I don't care. Mauro was still the best. If you've got it, you've got it. So, with that being said, Mauro, you will be missed. And Wade Barrett, I welcome you to the fray because I'm happy to have you as well joining the group. With that said, let's get into the first match. We are going to start off with Legado del Fantasma. That is Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza as they get ready to take on the team of Isaiah Swerve Scott and the new NXT Tag Team Champions, Breezango. They have some swagger tonight, Breezango. And you know what? I was just happy for those two dudes last week. I'm a big Tyler Breeze fan, number one. And I really think that the dude just deserved it, man. I always felt that he never got his just due while he was in NXT, man. Just never got his just due. And then he went up to the main roster. Apparently he got blackballed. I don't know what happened to him. He was in a feud with, I think it was Dolph Ziggler in the beginning. And then, poof, he just went into obscurity. Good to see him back in NXT. I'm glad that they gave him kind of this title run here. I don't know how long it's going to last, but enjoy it, Breeze. So, Legado del Fantasma versus this six-man team of Swerve Scott and Breezango. This turned into like a street fight. I was not aware that this was going to be a street fight. So, Legado del Fantasma come out and they have new shirts, by the way. They come out and they're in street gear, ready to fight. Breezango comes out in their wrestling attire, and Swerve Scott comes out in his wrestling attire with the shirt on as well. And like I said, for part of this, bro, you start getting these Lucha Underground vibes. I started looking at people saying yo, that dude's from Lucha Underground. Swerve Scott was Killshot. Santos Escobar was King Cuerno. And Wade Barrett was also on there. And it just, you get these vibes, like I said, from Lucha Underground. So I want to just make sure that we pay respect to that. The street fight was something different here. It was something that we weren't going to get where it was going to be outshining the main event, because we have an amazing main event, as you guys can see in the title, a 4-way 60-minute Iron Man match. You really got to save a lot of stuff for that, but the street fight could do some different things. So you saw a lot of dives to the outside. They had little NXT blocks in the crowd, lots of use of the gate, people getting slammed on the ladders that were just nearby, things like that. Interesting match. So they have things, just a pure fight wrestling match. People are getting tossed over the top. Swerve Scott's doing dives. Breezango's doing dives. Everybody. Raul Mendoza. These guys went crazy. And let me say this. Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, even though they're playing the secondary part in all of this, they're basically the heavy for Santos Escobar. I think they've done a damn good job. I've mentioned it before. Since the Cruiserweight Classic, Raul Mendoza has been a sleeper pick for me for one of the good wrestlers that you should not sleep on. We also have Joaquin Wilde, the former DJZ from Impact Wrestling, getting his just due. I'm happy to see that for the guy. Just phenomenal. Now, the finish of this match takes place when it turns into a 5-on-3 brawl, because here come the members of Imperium. The former tag team champions come down to assist. It turns into a 5-on-3 brawl. Eventually, they have to figure out a way to stop this beatdown that is going on. And what happens is, out of nowhere, and this is kind of a good thing, a random, like, forklift just shows up with, like, a WWE box on it, and Isaiah Swerve Scott and Fandango are on it, and they just jump off of this thing right onto everybody in the ring, take out everybody. And then people roll to the outside, and this leads exactly back to where we had it again. They dive out, Breezango, take out everybody. So 4 of the guys get taken out by Breezango with a big dive, and we are left in the ring with Isaiah Swerve Scott, and he hits kind of this like head tuck bomb. It was like the kill shot driver from Lucha Underground. I don't know what the proper name of it now, but he hits it. 1, 2, 3. Once again, Isaiah Swerve Scott is the only person to hold a pinfall victory over Santos Escobar. Not mad at it at all. I still feel like Isaiah Swerve Scott is much better than the position he has within the company, and that's no disrespect to 205 Live. Like, I feel that's where Santos Escobar can dominate and be put to good use for right now. But I think Isaiah Swerve Scott is North American Championship bound. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's just how I feel. Let's see what the live chat is saying here. Ace is talking about Reed versus Thatcher. We are going to get to that match in a few, son. So, yes. Rob says, I got a feeling Nigel will be on the UK call in 2 weeks. I hope so. He needs to be. At least he got to work with Liger and have that classic with Neville in his first run. True. Breeze definitely got some good burn with that stuff. PR says, sorry I missed the first few minutes, went to go get dinner. PR, no worries, my brother, you're helping me out, so I appreciate you coming in here. El Chapo del Fantasma and the Cartel Boys. Rob, what are you doing? What are you doing? Rob said this was a good opener for him. Fowl says Reed versus Thatcher could have been awesome. The 6-man opener was fantastic. Exactly. This thing with the forklift, this is what WWE games is made of. Like, this is what people want from their wrestling video games. A forklift was randomly... When are you ever going to be able to drive a forklift up to the ring post and just dive off into a ring? Pretty cool. I just think that's something that they could add into the game. Little sprinkle of knowledge in there. As far as those working on the WWE 2K games, hopefully we get some news soon on what you guys have been working on, but not mad at it at all. Tegan Nox. We go to a backstage promo now with Tegan Nox and Candice LeRae. They talk about their friendship, and there's videos shown, still pictures shown of how close they were with each other. And it's just kind of explaining like the friendship thing, and it feels like Tegan wants to rekindle the friendship once again. Is it in a bad place? No. I think they're really trying to build up what's going to happen here. I don't know if it's going to be a feud or a partnership possibly between the two ladies, but it's very interesting what we're seeing right now here. I'm sorry, Ace chimes in. I'm happy Mauro Ranallo is gone from the WWE, plus NXT got Wade Barrett back. That's my opinion, so deal with it. Whoa, harsh for my man Mauro. Yeah, I loved Mauro. I thought he really helped the SmackDown brand. And then when they brought him to NXT, I was happy when he came back again. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him again. But Wade Barrett did a tremendous job tonight, so I am not mad at that either. Candice LeRae takes on Casey Catanzaro with Kaden Carter in her corner. It looks like Casey Catanzaro and Kaden are kind of like a tag team, so they've been having them show up. So Candice LeRae is in, and she comes out in this very scary, like, godmother costume for Candice. She comes out with, like, the leather jacket. It's got the wings on it and everything else. I think she's been calling herself the Poison Pixie. At least that's what it looked like on the Titantron. This was nothing more than a glorified squash match here for Candice. She actually wins with the Paul Burchill style curb stomp. So she wraps the legs up, pulls the arms back, and then just stomps Casey's head right into the ground for the 1-2-3. After the match, we see her get on the microphone, something we don't see too often in the arena from her. She gets on the mic and says that she misses her friendship with Tegan Nox, and just elaborates on that, driving home further the story that is going on between the two. Very interesting. Very interesting to see where this is going. Could this be a partnership? Could it be a tag team title run in the future? Maybe they're trying to set that up. We don't know. Let's see here. BJ Mail, what's going on, BJ? Thank you for joining us. Since moving to USA, I feel like this NXT is totally a totally separate show from the NXT I enjoyed. Now with Morrow out, it just makes it feel like it even more. Yeah, BJ, I got the weird feelings kind of from NXT too. I feel like some people just aren't booked in the right spots right now is more my thing. Like I've been saying for weeks, Candice LeRae. She does not feel like a heel to me. I cannot believe her. She's such a nice person that I just don't believe she's a heel. Like, it feels forced to me when I see them on camera. I don't like it at all. So Candice LeRae picked up the win in the last match for Hardcore Beast Plays, asking in the chat. We're going through the entire card, brother, so if you guys stick around, you'll hear who won. I don't know, BJ. I missed the 1 hour format too, but I think that this was going to eventually happen. I think they're just not, they're used to the way they were telling stories, and you could get more out of it in like a week in an hour format versus 2 hours and trying to tell a story every week, because you didn't have to see the same people every single week. So it's tough on NXT too as a brand. Not mad at it. So we get to Rhea Ripley. She is backstage and she makes a challenge to Mercedes Martinez. She wants her in a steel cage match. And all I can say to that is the Birdman rubbing hands. Hit the gif. I cannot wait for this matchup. Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Martinez, similar builds. And the fact that they're both pretty, they're booked as tough women, I think it's going to work. Mercedes Martinez does have some MMA background, I believe. And to see Rhea Ripley in the steel cage, I think this is going to be a fun match. I really think that this could be a great main event happening for us. It's going to be pretty dope. BJ is back again here. He says they seem to book with too many gray characters. And I'm going to put finger quotes around the gray like he did. He said, which AEW does too. So I'm not being biased, but they also are booking for that rating and counter booking to their competitor. It just makes it feel less than what it used to be. I can respect your opinion on that, BJ. Not mad at it. Bronson Reed is up next. This is the match Ace wanted to talk about. Bronson Reed versus Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher is a Grizzlies catcher's catch-can wrestler. And he knows how to just take out an opponent at any way. So Bronson Reed and him kind of got into it last week over who is going to be the next to face Damian Priest. Bronson Reed said, I have a victory over Priest, which is true. Timothy Thatcher says that he should be next up just because I'm Timothy Thatcher. So this is going to lead to a match here. The left arm was the focus for Thatcher in this match. He was really trying to take Bronson Reed's left arm out to set up for whatever submission hold he was focused on for tonight. Bronson Reed hits a big dive in this match as well. If you've never seen a big 300-pound dude fly, Bronson Reed, I'm just shocked every time I see him do that. Just hit a tope through the ropes. He comes through the ropes but lands on that left arm, selling it more and more, putting Timothy Thatcher back in the ring. The referee's checking on Thatcher as well. And here comes Austin Theory. Now remember, last week, Austin Theory and Bronson Reed had a little bit of an altercation backstage. This led to Bronson Reed getting his arm worked over after he had, let me back that up. He slapped Austin Theory last week. You knew something was going to happen. He runs out here, hurts Bronson Reed's left arm, throws him into the ring. This leads to Timothy Thatcher taking advantage and locking on the Fujiwara armbar. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tap out victory for Timothy Thatcher. Can't be mad at it. Victory here. So it looks like, if you're asking me, Timothy Thatcher has earned the right now to want to challenge Damian Priest, who was watching backstage. Could be Damian Priest's first challenger for the NXT North America Championship. I'm not mad at it. Rob says, joint manipulation. I'd love to see Thatcher take on Daniel Bryan in the future. And Bronson Reed is awesome. Hashtag thick boy. Yeah, Bronson Reed is great. I thought he did an amazing job here. What's going on, Broken? I hope you're enjoying some Pepsi and homemade pizza. Enjoy, brother. So, yeah. Bronson Reed takes the loss here. It looks like he's going to be going into a program with Austin Theory. Austin Theory's back on TV. So this is going to make for quite the interesting two sets of feuds here. But it's where we're going. I still want them to really revisit Bronson Reed versus Damian Priest down the line, though. I don't know if it's going to be on like NXT television, but I think there's still a story to tell there with those two. Keep that in mind for long-term booking as far as that goes. And, guys, we are at the point of the show where we have to talk about trimming things. It's time to bring up the Lawnmower 3.0. If you guys want the Lawnmower 3.0, you can get it by going to manscaped.com, putting in the promo code EPW show. What does that do? Let me tell you something, brother. It saves you 20% and free delivery on any items that you over. So you guys can get the Lawnmower 3.0. This bad boy is designed for growing grooming. Fellas, ladies, anybody can use this puppy. Perfect. Got a little light on it. It is one of the best. If you guys have not used it, definitely highly recommend. Well worth it. And let's see what we got here. It is skin safe. It has a replaceable blade. Cordless. Rechargeable. Let's see here. It's waterproof. Take that bad boy in the shower. Complete control. High power. Low vibration. And it's got an LED light. That's a win. That's a win. They also have some other things that you guys can order. This pretty cool, nifty toiletry kit edition, I guess we'll call it. It's got the fingernail clippers, the nail file, the scissors. It's got everything that you need. And it comes in this nice leather pouch. Like, this is fancy. Too fancy for me to be holding. Now, Manscaped also has the refined cologne. Smells good. Not mad at it at all. It's got a clean scent with citrus blast and touches of jasmine anchored. Get yourself some of that. Now, we also have to talk about, fellas, it's summertime. Not too much time left if you're in the Northeast to rock the sandals, but get that foot deodorant. Need it, need it, need it. You don't want those toes crusty. Also, ball toner. Gotta tone the boys. Gotta tone the boys up when it's time. And they also have the ball deodorant. So if your armpits stink, you know you need this. So manscaped.com, promo code EPW show, all one word. It's down in the description box below as well if you guys need a link to it. Check it out. Definitely helps out the podcast. Also, what helps out the podcast is going to powerslam.tv, using the promo code EPW show, exact same promo code. You guys can go on there and get yourselves one free month of independent wrestling on me. You guys can go back and check out some of the greats of your past favorites, or find some new indie talent that you can appreciate. So make sure you guys go to powerslam.tv, promo code EPW show. And I want to take the time to shout out two podcasts. Everything College Basketball Podcast with Josh Burton. It's a tremendous podcast if you are into college hoops. Check him out as well. He's on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, just like this one. Wherever you find him, show him some love. Tell him EPW sent you if you're a fan of college hoops. And also check out my boy Jesse. He runs the Pro Wrestling Shoot podcast. All of their ads will be in the audio versions of this, so show those guys some love. Trim the lawnmower out of EPW. The Lawnmower 3.0 has crazy power. See, BJ knows. BJ knows. He uses it for his nose hair. Oh, man. Let's see here. BJ says, the nose hair trimmer is nice. They did a study to show something like 78% of the ladies are not a fan of. Get cleaned up. Comment hashtag ad support. Yes. Wade Barrett full-time with NXT. Can someone tell me if that is official? Let me know if it is. We cut backstage. Mercedes Martinez accepts the challenge from Rhea Ripley. So next week, steel cage match. They're doing it big for Super Tuesday Part 2. They have a steel cage match lined up. I think it's going to be dope. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this match. I don't know who gets the win here. I feel like Mercedes Martinez needs the victory more, in my opinion. It's going to be very, 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 very interesting, to say the least. We're at the main event time. You're like, hold up. EPW, you're 26 minutes in. What are you talking about? We're at the main event. Tonight's main event was a fatal 4-way, 60-minute Iron Man match. This thing had the possibilities to go so many different ways. And I was not sure who was going to win, what was going to happen in this main event match, but it was definitely something to behold. Connor, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in here joining us. Rob said last he read they're still negotiating with Barrett, but that could have changed within the last couple hours. And they've been beating Rhea a lot lately, though. Yeah, that's tough, Rob. I don't know, though. I still feel like Mercedes doesn't have enough W's under her belt, though, to lose to Rhea. We'll have to see. I think it depends on what the long-term vision is with Rhea Ripley if she's going up. Iron Man match. When was the last time we had a good Iron Man match where we didn't know the outcome? PR, I'm going to say I didn't know the outcome of this one tonight. This was different, too, in a 4-way. This reminded me of something, once again, straight out of video games. Like, you want to create a match type. You're like, let's do a 4-way Iron Man match, and let's see who becomes the win here. I agree. The main event was fun. This match was like playing 2K19 and getting a 2K20 glitch. BJ, I love it, bro. I love it. BJ, we got to get you on here for one of these. I think I haven't had you on ever, so let me know. Get with me on that. We'll have to talk about doing a preview or something together on one of these shows. Now, so we get into this match. It was booked as this like Super Tuesday thing. I don't know what's up with the political references recently with AEW and NXT, but whatever. Maybe they're just trying to trend, and then maybe someone will say, hey, I forgot wrestling was on tonight. Let's leave this debate or whatever. The winner becomes NXT champion. We have Johnny Gargano win this, Finn Balor, Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa. I took little minuscule notes in this. A lot of this was just pure wrestling. Like during the commercial breaks in the picture-in-pictures, I saw lots of headlocks happening. Not too much craziness. They know when the cameras are on. WWE is doing a great job of like, okay, we're back. Now you get big moves. They had lots of headlocks locked in, things like that. Iron Man match, you guys know. When it comes to like Brett and Shawn, or if you've ever seen the 60-minute ones, at least I'll say, you know there's going to be a lot of rest holds and waiting around periods. But the 4-way kind of changed that and allowed you to add things in and make it interesting. No one hiding in the back today? No, just me. All solo, PR. No Derek. See, you guys blame me. I never kept Derek off the show. Derek's always welcome to be on. So let's get into this. First thing I have in my notes here are the teases of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano like backing into each other. We don't know if we're going to see like a DIY reunion or if these guys are ready to full on fight with each other. So that made it very interesting. And I love that Adam Cole and Finn Balor had a similar moment, but then they threw up the two sweets with each other. And they hit that the Bullet Club. I don't believe, though, when Adam Cole joined Bullet Club, that Balor was the leader. Someone in the chat will probably correct me if I am wrong on that. But let me know. And if you guys see the little I button up here, still telling you guys to subscribe. Come on in, hit that like button. I see 3 people haven't yet. Help a brother out if you haven't hit that like button. So in this matchup here, we saw Cole was the first one pinned. Finn Balor hit the coup de grace on Adam Cole. 1, 2, 3. I was pissed. I was surprised they went in for the pinfall first. So Finn Balor looks like he's got the upper hand in the very beginning here. It's just a done deal for him. And then Tommaso Ciampa seems to be the next person who catches some fire. He hits Willow's Bell on Balor, and then the fairy tale ending on him, which is his it's like the pedigree setup, but then he does the face plant in between his legs. And Gargano comes in and steals the pinfall from him. Dirty heel. Like I said, still hard to believe Gargano was a heel, but he gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Johnny Gargano, second man with the pinfall. So Balor has one, Gargano has one. Cole eventually hits the last shot on Ciampa. 1, 2. Kick out by Tommaso. Shows the frustration on the competitors as they are trying to get pinfalls and make it last here. So Cole is trying to do all of these things. He's catching people with super kicks left and right. Johnny tries to do that spear that he always dives into the ring to do. He's caught with a super kick in the face. Panama Sunrise, which is the basic destroyer off the middle rope. And Johnny Gargano eats the pinfall there. So now we have 3 guys with 1 pinfall as Adam Cole puts himself on the board. And Tommaso Ciampa then becomes desperate. He looks frustrated. He is trying to get a pinfall here. They're just fighting and fighting back and forth. Eventually, fairy tale ending is hit on Adam Cole, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. So now every man is on the board with 1 pinfall apiece. This is where things are going to probably start to heat up. There's 22 minutes left in the match. So right then and there, I just saved you 40 minutes of time, basically. 22 minutes left. Gargano and everybody, they're brawling on the outside of the ring. At one point, Tommaso Ciampa catches him, and he does the same thing he did to Jake Atlas last week. He has the slingshot set up on him that he's about to hit it, and he nails him with it, throws him in the ring, and he gets the 1, 2, and he does not get the pinfall there. Cole makes the save so that Johnny Gargano doesn't get pinned because they all have 1 pinfall apiece. The desperation's kicking in. Like I said, the psychology in this one had to be different. So they're all getting tired, and then out of nowhere with a few minutes left, Finn Balor hits a coup de grace for a pinfall. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like he's got the victory. He hits it, and there's about 10 seconds left on the clock as he's sitting there, and he's proud of himself. He's got the second fall. And right before this, I saw Adam Cole on the floor, sitting there looking shocked. He gets into the ring, hits the last shot, and then he gets the pinfall on Finn. 1, 2, 3. It's a tie. Time runs out right when Cole gets the pinfall. Perfectly done. You have a tie. What happens during a tie? Usually, Bret the Hitman Hart has to eat the super kick. Sorry, Cam. That's my little brother. His favorite wrestler was Bret the Hitman Hart. Never forget how mad he got at me at WrestleMania 12 during that Iron Man match. He ends up arguing with his other person who has the same amount of pinfall. So basically, Gargano and Ciampa are eliminated. There is no excuse for them to be in this at all. Balor and Cole are in each other's face a little bit, just kind of talking. The ref doesn't know what to do, and here comes Regal. William Regal comes out, and he says, "War Games!" Kidding. He does not say that. William Regal comes out, and he says that next week, you two will have a match against each other. It will be 1 fall to the finish. There will be an NXT champion. It's going to be Finn Balor versus Adam Cole on Super Tuesday 2. So that is the match that they have happening. Whoa. Cole and Balor. I thought Ciampa and Balor were the 2 favorites going into this to win this. But we still don't have an NXT champion. I kind of want to get everyone's thoughts on this. Let's see what the chat was saying during all of this. The Ace, I should say. Balor versus Cole next week. Who will become a 2-time NXT champion along with Shinsuke and Samoa Joe? Good point, Ace. Ace is coming with the record book stuff here. I like it, brother. PR says a little bit of the bubbly sip, pass out. Nelson, you're my man for that. Broken says Miss NXT from 2015 to 2016 doesn't feel the same. Broken, BJ was saying the same thing from before, man. Not mad at it at all. Ace said Johnny failure, you and Rob. What's up with that? Jocelyn says sorry I'm late was Binging on Sister Sister. Not mad at it. Sister Sister's a great show. Can't be mad. Roger. Gotta watch that guy. Rob, Adam Cole's timing was superb on the finish. I'm just glad it won't be Gargano. You're a hater. Yes, his timing was great. And you know what? I was just listening to something on, I think Conrad Thompson had put up a clip from Bruce Pritchard, and I think the question came up of who would you pick between Brett and Sean, and Bruce said that's a tough one. So I don't want anyone to think Bruce Pritchard was disrespecting the Hitman, because he wasn't. He said he would pick Sean, and they said why. And they were talking about what Rob just brought up, the impeccable timing of Shawn Michaels. He said that we would tell Sean this is what we want the ending to be, and we want to go off the air at 10:55. I think he said they had an hour and 55 minutes for In Your Houses, and he wanted to go off the air at that time, and Sean would nail it every single time, except for at WrestleMania 10 apparently. But he said he would nail it every single time. That's why he would trust Sean with like the main event spot every time. Cool. Adam Cole reminded me of Shawn Michaels tonight, like you said, Rob, with that impeccable timing. Just a little thing I noticed here. Cole could be one of the best in-ring performers coming up. Let's book him in some more matches like that. Make him tap out with his own move. BJ laughed at the War Games. I love it. Are you not entertained from PR? WWE Network would have had a champ tonight. NXT is sold. Sold out. Laughing. Jocelyn, I see nothing has changed on there. No's, not at all. Foul. It was an interesting finish. It was actually pretty well done, in my honest opinion. No, Foul, you are 100% correct in that viewpoint on it. The eventual finish that played out here was perfect. I'm just wondering, there's got to be more to this than what's happening. I think Gargano and Ciampa. So let's try and talk it out with what we're gonna do with these guys. What would you guys do with the 4 people that are in this? Do you book Gargano and Ciampa back as DIY? Are they gonna feud against each other? We never got a finish technically to that feud, and like I said, that's up there with me as one of the best storylines WWE did. I love the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano feud, like the friendship, the destruction, the injuries, the beatings that took place afterwards, the injuries again, and I think you can draw this out. You can't do it like you did last time, but I think you could really build to a big match, and I think I would do it as Johnny Gargano going face, because Ciampa feels right as a heel. Like when he came back and beat down Jake Atlas, that felt right. Gargano in his role, it doesn't feel right to me, and maybe I'm wrong for that, but PR Nightmare is saying feud for those two. I'm kind of agreeing. We saw them team up towards the end last time. Why not have these guys finish their feud? Have this turn into a blood feud that results in Johnny Gargano becoming a babyface. Hell, make him and Candice become babyface. Let's see here. Ciampa and Gargano aren't supposed to have any more singles matches according to the stipulations. Oh, yeah. From that Mania weekend. Touche. But when has that mattered in WWE? You're not wrong, Rob. You are not wrong. Damn. That ruins it then. The tag division needs help. You could figure out a way to put DIY back together and have them just as the heel tag team that you have to try to roll through. Ciampa and Gargano staying there too. It goes back to what BJ and I can't remember. I think it was Broken were saying about the NXT roster too. Though we're so used to getting new and fresh on NXT that now we have people who are staying. So what do you do with Tommaso Ciampa? What do you do with Johnny Gargano? How do you make this happen? Damn, it's what I just saw. Yeah, I don't know what you do with those two. Adam Cole. What happens with him now? Him and Finn Balor are going to go at it next week. Do you put the title back on Cole? He just lost it. Like, he lost it to Keith Lee, and then a couple weeks later, Keith Lee loses it to Karrion Kross. He's injured now. Do you put the title back on Adam Cole? He was your longest reigning NXT champion. I don't know. Does he need the Undisputed Era? How do they feel about this? Like, there's a lot of bullshiggity, as I like to call it, going on with that. I don't know. And Balor, I feel like he's ready to go back up to Raw or SmackDown. He's been rehabilitated. I can take him serious again now. Like, bring him back up. But then does he go after The Fiend? What you have to figure out what you're doing with these guys, and I hope WWE has some long-term thinking involved in this. I'm wishfully thinking, I think, though, but I hope that they do have something. They've been doing some good things lately. I have to give them their props. BJ says it's bad when you don't want them called up, but don't want them during this NXT. Tommaso Ciampa starts feuding with Damian Priest. That's not a bad idea, Ace. He's never been North American champion. Put back on Cole, PR says, and have Undisputed break up from Cole. That's a possibility. I can see Undisputed Era costing him next week. Pat McAfee is going to cost Cole, Broken said. Ooh, that would be harsh. Cole will be feuding with Roddy and the rest of the Undisputed Era soon, and Balor will probably feud with the Velveteen Dream over the belt before he goes back to the main roster. Once again, NXT has options. McAfee is gone, Ace says. I don't know where he has went, but let me ask you guys this in the chat before we get ready to go. I'll give my thoughts while you guys put yours in. What did you think of NXT tonight? As that motorcycle passes me. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. What are your thoughts on NXT tonight and where the brand is heading? Was this a thumbs up show? Let me know what you would think of it and what you would want to do with that. For me, I thought tonight's show was really good, and they did a great job of building up next week, because I believe next week they're on Tuesday as well. So we're going to have to figure out how to get the balance going with that. The NXT brand, like I said, is still my favorite brand out of all the WWE shows. I think that they have something to offer here, and I think they're just trying to figure out what works and get their footing going. They had a long run on the WWE Network, kind of doing their own thing. Let's see here. Thumbs up show tonight from Rob. Broken said thumbs up. Foul said I liked NXT, but the main event should have been at TakeOver. The ad spoiled it. Okay. PR, no, he's not. They saying he wants a match with Triple H. Ace said thumbs up. BJ said they are a work rate show, but I keep looking at it while feeling sad for the past NXT. It's definitely better than SmackDown. Yeah, they have lots to offer. Now, before we get ready to head on out of here, guys, I want to tell you what's coming up for Everything Pro Wrestling over the next couple days. Tomorrow, we are going to have ourselves AEW Dynamite review. It's the go-home show before we go to All Out. I shall be very, very interested in seeing what happens on this show. If anything changes amongst the matchups here. I'm interested in All Out. AEW does a great job. I love the balance of their pay-per-view schedule. We haven't seen one in a little bit. It felt like since the beginning of summer, end of summer, we get another pay-per-view. Definitely dope. Can't be mad at it. So, looking forward to reviewing Dynamite on Wednesday. Thursday, we have ourselves a very special roundtable to discuss AEW All Out. I haven't done that in a while, right? Trying to get back onto the podcasting tip a little bit more here. So at 7 p.m. on Thursday, I will be joined by the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany, Foul from my Foul Original Wrestling. He's in the chat. Show him some love. Subscribe to his channel. We will also have Wrestling Insiders Jeff on the show, and hopefully his partner if he can make it. And Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. First time I'll have him on to discuss some pro wrestling as well, and I think the same for Jeff on the at least on our end. I've been on his show before, but definitely looking forward to talking AEW All Out with these guys, getting some predictions, and just talking wrestling. You know, I feel like that's going to be kind of a laid back, chill kind of thing. So we'll be getting into that for a little bit here. Let's see. Rob just said, I hope Brock signs with AEW. He's not going anywhere. Brock Lesnar is the best negotiator in pro wrestling. This dude is getting paid buku dollars. So best negotiator, hands down. Good luck getting him to sell for anyone on that roster, Cage and Wardlow included. How dare you, Rob? Trolling. Any word on Xavier coming back? I know Kofi has some time. Well, Kofi said he should be back soon, PR. But I think that they should do singles runs if they come back. I don't think you have to have New Day together. They could still, interact with each other. But I think it's Big E's time right now. I want to see what they do with Big E. But Kofi should be back soon. Woods, I'm not sure of. I haven't heard that he should be back soon. I heard he's been starting to train a little bit more, but I haven't heard a timetable on when he'll be back. Broken said fall season starts. Yes, sir. Mimosa Mayhem is gonna rule, BJ says. Love it, love it, love it. And Saturday, guys, we're gonna have an all-out review as well. I know I brought up the other show, so Dynamite tomorrow, Thursday. All-out roundtable. We're gonna have some fun. We should be talking. Like I said, tell everybody, bring some food, bring your drinks. Come on, we're just gonna have a conversation, talk, enjoy ourselves. And Saturday, all-out review. Intern's gonna be here. It's gonna be wild. Plan on hopefully getting some pizza with my boy Rob, and hopefully D or anyone else who wants to shows up, and we'll catch this pay-per-view, man. So Everything Pro Wrestling is putting in the work. Tell your friends. We need more people in here. Always spread the word. So if you know anybody who likes pro wrestling, they bring it up. Say, hey, check out my man, Conrad Cushman does podcasts. Send them to Everything Pro Wrestling. We got Facebook pages, Twitters, all that stuff's below. And thank you to you guys, whoever showed up tonight. I know the NXT content usually doesn't do as well with most, but I don't care. I wanted to talk about NXT tonight. It doesn't matter to me. And I love you guys who are always in here each and every week talking wrestling with me. It is appreciated because you guys can spend your time doing something else and you decide to spend it with me. So thank you guys so much. And I love talking wrestling with you guys. Even if we disagree, it doesn't mean that I hate you. We're just having to talk about wrestling. And that's what I love. That's what I crave. That's why I do this on YouTube. With that being said, make sure you guys check out Dynamite, the Roundtable, all-out review. We got a lot of AEW content this week. I know. So check it out. Thank you to everybody in the chat. For myself, Conrad Cushman, thank you for watching Everything Pro Wrestling, and we are out. Peace.